Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Arc Tier 1. First race of the new season. We're finally here. We are at Spain. I hope for these guys' sake that after all the practice I've put in for this race, strategies and setting up and all that sort of thing, working out the fuel, all that rubbish, it turned out to be a wet race at Spain. I could not believe it. Absolute disaster. And it was one of the hardest races I have genuinely ever raced. It was so difficult. Just waiting, I think, for one or two more. At the moment. So, I think somebody hasn't turned up, so we're getting somebody in quickly. Right. Okay, so as I said, first race of the new season. Been looking forward to this one. Tier 1 this season. Wasn't done deliberately, but it is full of brilliant drivers. Guys to watch out for when it comes to, well, the guys being at the front. You got the two Evans, are obvious. Briefing Cow is a quick boy. Brian, always quick. And other than that, then you're looking down the field, sort of. I mean, Alex is quick as well. Lord Da is quick. Gaza is quick. That's another one. So there's. I think it may end up getting split up though. I think you're going to have the very quickest, and then you're going to have a group of sort of midfielders and a group that's fighting lower down. But hopefully, everybody in the tier will be fighting for whatever position it may end up being. That's what we're hoping. So I'm just opening the stream because I don't know if any of you guys are saying anything at the moment. So, right, here we are. There we go. Got it open. But very happy to say in a tier 2 race, my teammate Meki won after having won the tier 3 race during the week as well as a stand-in. He's gone on and won the tier 2 race as well. So really well done to him. Fair play. Brian, that is just disgusting, to be quite honest. Keep those sort of fantasies to yourself. And you, Shadow. Hey, Shadow. Evening, runner. Is there two Red Bull drivers? I can't see two. I can't see two, Hodder. Hey, Shadow. Oh, you mean on track, do you? Well, you know, I mean, that was a bit close. Hey, Ghosts. Well, jump in, Hodder, if you can, mate. I don't know who the other Red Bull driver is in Tier 1. But if you ain't here, get in. Don't want to leave your team short. You can join in quali and do a lap. That is absolutely fine, mate. Oh, hang on. Runner said me. Well, you join in, Runner. Hang on, Hodder. Runner, are you joining? You're still sober enough to join, but that's good news. But where are you? Really late starting. They're readying up now. No, Brian, there's no rule saying only one lap, though. As soon as they're in, they can start doing laps. If they've got enough time to do more, they can. Runner's on his way. Well, it's alright, mate. You can say you can join in quali and just get on track as soon as you can. Obviously, still do your laps. We're not doing that this season unless somebody's taking the mick and being late every week, sort of thing. But let's see what Tier 1 brings. Tier 2 certainly brought the unexpected. Shame we didn't have comms on it. Brian kept his usual form up and bought the wrong headphones. Broke the last pair, bought the wrong ones this time. He's doing really well at his comms business lately. There is a rule for that, I just made it up. Well, you don't have the power, sir. If you want to make a rule change, you have to run it by me and the owners before you're allowed to actually implement it. So, tough. Well, at least I tried. Well, trying to, no, I won't say that. Right then, guys. It feels like an absolute age that we have been waiting for this season to start. Tier 3 brought us a good race in midweek. Tier 2, Brian said it was boring, but it definitely was not. It was anything but boring. Absolutely everything was happening in it. There was bound to be safety cars. It was a full wet race, so full wet tyres. Don't need to see tyres anymore, do we? Let's go to whoever that was going out on track. It's a Red Bull. So it is Isaac. Is there two Ferraris? I can't see two Ferraris. Who is the other Tier 1 Ferrari before you jump in? Let me just check, Ghosts, and I will come back to you. I've been told that all these shouts have gone out in your team chats asking for covers. Are you not in the team chats? Right, so Ferrari, no, only Bertie is signed up for Ferrari, and he's the one on track. So the other Ferrari would be Zico, but Zico's been marked down as not attending all week. So yes, jump in, Ghosts. Get yourself in, get a lap in as quick as you can. Give us 18 on track. We're building slowly. Off then, in a way. So Isaac is first out on track. Our young man, not sure exactly how young. I don't know if Nigel's watching his dad, or whether he's just watching him race. So if you are on stream, Nigel, remind me his age. I can't remember. Is it 13? So he did well in Tier 2. He got to the end. I think that's doing well in that last race, was getting to the end, to be quite honest, to go from full wets to inters to dries late on. It seems to be taking for ages for him to go between the two weather. Change between the weathers. Yep. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Why did he use his ER? He forgot to turn it off. It's on when you exit the pits, isn't it, Meki? He's forgotten to turn it off. I know he is learning his Isaac. He's not. He's covering, by the way. He is a Tier 2. He's been put in Tier 2, but he's covering tonight, which is very good of him. Very good of his dad to let him. So Isaac then coming round. It's 1:19.7 with no energy, so Meki, send him a message in Discord and just to say to him, don't forget to turn your ERS off on your outlap. He maybe thinks it's on auto. I think he uses auto in the Kids League. So, anyway, Reaper did go fastest for a moment on an 18.9. Alex is 18.6. I'll stick with Tart Evan because he's on his way round out the chicane and round onto the straight. 1:18.2 puts him fastest for the moment. I think that was Brian, just went up to P2. This is Gaza, about to cross the line, goes into P5. 1:19.0. He was way faster than that in practice, so he's got a lot more in him yet. Oh, Bertie's retired. Oh, Birdie's binned it on the final corner. Oh, Birdie. Birdie's been drinking again, clearly. He's drink driving again. There he is. Out already. Oh, Birdie. Clearly drink driving again. It's not good form, you know, Birdie. Drink driving. Gooders out on track. Good to see. Lots of people getting out the way so Gooders can do his hot lap, which is, again, good to see. Don't think there's anybody ahead of us on track that's on hot laps. I think they're all doing in laps. Or at least I hope they are. No sober? Are you sure? What's the swear word you put before it? Oh. Are you sure? So, hang on. There we go. 1, 2. That's what's Gooders going again. Might have been. He was. Oh, he's round at the final corner as well. See, Birdie, that's how you spin. You don't hit the wall when you spin. It's better. Poor Birdie. Lord DA then has invalidated. He said he was. I did actually see that he said he was having trouble earlier on. So we'll go to Ghosts. Not going to be now. Got the old hold of full qualifying to wait. May as well get this in the meantime. Obviously, for the youngsters out there, drinking's not clever. Don't do it. Close then. Have a good race in Tier 2. A little bit too tight on the entry into that corner. But, people are still getting used to it. Oh, and the curb's taking him round. That curb is still a slippery one that'll pull you in, just like it did there. Oh, look, Brian's had a spin. Just into sector 3. So glad I went to that. I would have missed that otherwise. Can't miss Brian's spins. Gaza, is he going again? No. Well, he will be now. So actually, let's stick on board with Gaza and watch a full lap of Spain. I'll guide you around the laps. We've got a long pit straight down to an S. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. It's like a huge S-bend, basically. Exit turn 3, as much power as you can. Down to turn 4, which is late on the brakes. Really cut into the inside curb, but don't touch it. And turn 5 is this hairpin. Multiple ways you can take that one. Stay on the inside of the curb, stay close to the curb, or you can even slingshot it out if you like. Turn 7 was just the... turn 6 was a little kink in the road. Turn 7 is the S. On the turn 8. Turn 9, a sweeping left-hander. Turn 10, down to here is what used to be the hairpin, but it's now this... It still is a hairpin, technically, but it's a kind of sweeping one. And then the right-hander. Always stay close to the curb. Get on the power as early out of the corner as you possibly can. Round to the right. Then the chicane. But don't do that. Don't do that. That's the bit you don't do. And then it would have been just a right-hand turn, but Gaz is not going to go around that one. It kind of is, because he's going into the pits. There we have it. A lap of... Well, almost a lap of Spain. So then... Isaac back out again. He's done it again. He's done it again. Oh, you won't be... I've just realised, Meki, you probably can't find him in the Discord, can you? Because he's not Isaac. just messaging Isaac's dad. Yeah, I've messaged his dad. Hopefully, he can get a message to Isaac. He's still up in P8, mind. He's doing alright, isn't he? Fair play. Black Spartan is on the lap, so let's watch Spartan. He's just come down towards the end of sector 2. Here he comes. So 6.6 seconds down. Let's not watch Black Spartan. Runner. Runner into the... We'll catch somebody actually on a lap in a minute, guys. Promise. Sean is 9 thousandths of a second down. Currently on a 22.1, which would suggest he's maybe made a mistake a bit later in the lap. He heads down towards the end of sector 2. This looks more promising to me. Still 3.5 tenths down, so maybe there was a mistake in the final sector. He's ran very, very wide through that corner. So into the chicane. For the time he had though, he wasn't down that much, so there must have been a mistake there. Although I don't know if he is going to beat it this lap. Oh, he does, slightly. Stays P13 for now. Gooders is back out and on a lap. He's a 10.5 up first sector. Again, Gooders did make a mistake later in the lap, so he's on a 1:32.1 at the moment, so clearly a lot more time to come from him. So Ferrari just going over the line. I think that's Ghosts. It is. He goes up to P9 on a 1:19.3. Obviously Q1 just all about the guys who are sort of fighting down towards the back. Trucker Shawnee Boys lost it and retires from the session. So he is out of qualifying regardless of if he stays P15 or not. Gooders then heads for the line, a much improved lap on a 21.7. Puts in P14, so he goes ahead of Shawnee Boy. Walkie next. He's coming through the final corner. Again, I think this is going to put him ahead of Sean. It does indeed. 20.9 puts him up to 14th, just ahead of Gooders. So, with Sean and Bertie out, it means only one more will leave us, barring any crashes that happen from now. Only one more should leave us. At the moment, Art Hoff is in that drop zone, but mighty close with Gooders and plenty of time to do another lap. As we see Walkie off track. There's no cars near him, so he's not letting anybody through. He's just, I think he's just saying that gravel don't look like it's been laid down properly. So I'm going to go over it in my car. And he's doing it again, look. He's not happy with the steward's jobs. They ain't done the gravel right. He didn't like that sign either, or that one. Or that one. I don't know, he must have liked the previous one and that one, last one. He took 3 of them out. He's doing well. He's going to love me so much for watching that. Anyway, back to the actual racing. Andrews, nope. He's lost his front wing. Andrews has lost his front wing. Gaz is back out, but 6.3 down. Brian's 24.5 seconds down on the previous lap, but I think he's going again. So let's stick with Brian. See. Ah, no. Isaac's dad said, I just told him. He'll learn. Just saying to his dad that he will learn. He did really well in Tier 2. That was a tough race. So, Brian then... Now he's well down. So, not bother with that. Reaper at 10th and a half down in the first sector. There's quite a big chunk in the first sector. It's only a small sector. And he's clearly backed out of that lap. So, Runner. No, Runner... Oh no, he might be going again. No, he's got no front wing, so I doubt he's going again. Switch him up to the end of sector 1. See, he's driving slow, he's 4 seconds down. Gooders backs out of the lap into the pits. Hoff is back out on an out lap. He is going to be our man to watch here, really. My teammate is Hoff, so I should be supporting him. Here he goes on what should probably be his last attempt. So through turn 1, 2, now into turn 3. This long sweeping right-hander, you've got to keep it into the inside to gain the time. Comes through sector 1. Couple of attempts up, so he's on target to do what he needs to do. Gooders is in the pits and needs to move. Oh no, Hoff's round into the wall out of turn 4, and that is the end of qualifying for Hoff. So Gooders does not need to come out of the pits. He retires from the session in the pits, knowing full well that he is now through to the next session. So everybody safely through that is still going due to crashes. So unfortunately we will be losing Art Bertie, Trucker Shawnee Boy and Art Hoff, who have all crashed out of the session. But everybody else through safely, so it will be a full Q2 providing nobody wins it. Isaac invalidates, but it doesn't matter, he's through to the next session. Safely through. Alex retires out the session in the pits. Sorry, Brian, but I think I've got like something that pulls me towards you when you spin. I don't know what it is. So, John Isaac effectively getting some practice in here, which there's nothing wrong with doing that. Just using a little bit of time left just to get some more practice in, some more laps in, same as Reaper's doing. Keep an eye on Reaper, he might be on a lap here. May not realise that he's through in a way, and maybe going again. See, I think Williams gets out of his way, it might be an Alpine actually. No, it can't be an Alpine, they're both out. No, it's Williams, I believe. I think it's the Williams of Andrews actually. So Reaper through the chicane then into the final corner. Can he improve? Currently P8 in a way. Across the line he comes. Improves by about a tenth. Just over a tenth. Stays P8, but proves to himself that he can go a bit quicker in Q2. So just Isaac then finishing off. Oh, he's lost his wing at some point. I missed that. He's lost his wing. The chicane, and he could come into the pits or he could go across the line, it doesn't matter, it will end the session in a way. So he puts some of the gravel back down, and across the line he comes. He finishes Q1 in P10. So as I say, we will lose Hoff, Shawnee Boy and Birdie from Q1. All 15 of the other 15 drivers are safely through. Just waiting for Reaper to finish off there. So there we have it then. End of Q1. Ben and Reaper giving it the wee woo again. I don't think he understands the words on "We Will Rock You," and that's He thinks it's we will rock you. We will rock you. Venom Hyper. That's how it goes, Venom Hyper. Venom Hyper. Anyway, sorry, just to give that a little scroll down. Just in case it's needed, any incidents, scroll it down, baby. There we go. I'll try and remember to do that each session. So, on we go. Now I know it's just funny. Alright then. Well, it's not funny now, because you just said it's funny, which makes it not funny. But, we will rock you. You're going to ruin that song for me. That's a great song. Legendary rock song. You're going to ruin it for me. So, get the details back on. As we look, oh, Alex coming out the pits. So, is anybody ahead of him? No, we are on with the right person. So Alex it is, who leads a train of cars out. Are we expecting rain? Look at them all. Are we expecting rain? Oh, there are some dark clouds in the sky, actually. Maybe we are. Do try not to crash into each other, guys, on the outlaps, please. And comes Alex then, and the other Williams, teammated with Andrews for the season. Should be a good pairing. Andrews, who gained his highest ever finish last season, keeping himself in Tier 1. Well, if we were doing the demotion thing, then he would have kept himself in Tier 1 comfortably. Finishing, I've got to say P6, I think he finished. So, he did have to drop out, so when I finished P2, it was only because people dropped out, but that's their prerogative, it's not our faults, we can't do anything about that. So, across the line comes Alex then, so he's going to be the one to set a target time. Just one, is that Isaac behind him? It is, so, yeah, he's already depleted a lot of his energy again. We'll have to get used to that, or we'll have to turn it on. I'll speak to the admin guys. Fortunately, that is an assist that has always been off in Ark, apart from for the Kids League. So, it's all dry, is it? Sunny all the way. Why did it all come out like that then? It was like they were expecting it to rain all of a sudden. They all tried to get on track first, didn't they, and didn't make it. Trying to get some telly time for their teams, bit of money. Alex then heads down toward this new part of the track. Lovely new part of the track, if I'm honest. Absolutely brilliant. So much better than it was before. Into the final part, this chicane. Alex takes in second. You will see, I'm sure, through the race, you'll see some people using third there instead of second. Doesn't really matter. No time gain either way. 1:18.6 then from Alex sets down a benchmark. Isaac's manages a 20.5. Tart Ever manages a 17.9. While Runner goes across on 19.9 and Black Spartan 19.3. They're all coming across the line at the same time. I think Ghost must have invalidated. Right, there's an Aston Martin on their way round, so that is Reaper. Let's go to Mr. Reaper, the boss man. As he comes out the final corner, opens up the DRS, it goes P2 with an 18.6. 5.6, 17 thousandths of a second faster than Alex. Here's an Alfa Romeo, this is Lord D8. Crosses the line to an 18.1 and goes P2. That's better from Lord D8. Gaza then said it in pre-season commentaries, but Gazza was probably the MVP of last season, in my opinion. I think in most people's opinions. Manages a 118.5, goes P3 at the moment. Hugely improved driver is Gazza from when he initially joined. Doesn't look like Ghost is on a lap there. I know he's very slow, look. So that means, I do believe that means nobody's on a lap at the moment. Oh, Isaac is. Isaac's up. He's improved slightly. He's currently P10 on a 20.3. So, just double checking now, nobody on hot laps up there. So let's go to Ghost, who's having to give it another go. Still had plenty of fuel in the car to do this many laps. Stick with him then. I'm not sure where he made the mistake on his previous attempts. So let's see what his time's like in sector 1. He is quarter of a second down. It didn't look like that bad a sector. That could genuinely just be wear on the tyres. It's pretty good at the hairpin. He would ideally like to finish this lap with at least putting something half decent on the board, just so he's got a target really for when he comes out on another hot lap to try and get through. I see Brian saying he adds to his lap without force feedback. Why is that? Your battery's died? Oh! That was Isaac, I think. Oh, Isaac. I think he noticed really late and tried to get out of the way, but just not in time. So Ghost, in the end, bails the lap and into the pits. Briefing cow then, 105. No, so these miles, nowhere near a hot lap there. Andrews, I think, is. So we'll stick with Andrews and Williams. Into the chicane. There you are. So Andrews there, as you see, takes it in third. And across the line, Andrews goes P10 on a 20.2. Good opening account lap from Andrews. At the moment has himself in the safety zone, but .7.3 in sector 2 from Wilkie. I think we'll be seeing the fastest guys going through there in 54s, 55s, somewhere around that sort of area. Maybe even 53s, I'm not sure. So Wilkie added a final corner, and then I think he's going to go P13 with this lap. 24.8 indeed, P13. He goes. We'll go back to briefing Cow because he will now be on a hot lap. It'd be a major loss if he doesn't make it through. All the pressure on him at the moment. So heads for the line, and he is through. It's 118.2, puts in P3 for the moment. Wilkie going again. It's just over a 10th down, but I don't think that's going again. I'm sure Wilkie wouldn't mind me saying that he is usually one of the ones towards the back of the field. But it's still a 24.8 for him. He's capable of a lot quicker than that, to be fair to him. So heads up towards the end of second. There we go, 52.8. He's 4.5 seconds up. As I said, capable of a lot quicker. He's on par with Isaac at this part of the lap, unless he can find some more. He would need to find about another half a second to displace Samuel, who's currently P10. Still 5.5 minutes to go, mine. And across the line he comes is. Improves by 4.1. Clearly lost some time in that final sector. But, he knows, at least now he knows the time is there though, which is important, giving him some confidence for going into his final run. Goes a couple of attempts down, but that's not where the mistake was, so it's not that important. He does have a car ahead of him, but car gets out of his way on the exit of the hairpin. It may have taken his eyes off a little bit, what he was doing. That was Gooders. At the moment, Ghost is not having the best of luck with traffic. So here he comes then into these final few corners. Chicane. Stay quite tight on the entrance of the chicane so you can get a good exit out and get on that power. But it's a good lap from Ghost. It's an 18.7. Puts in P9. Look at those top 9 drivers though. Second cover in the top 9. They do look like they're just cut above at the moment. Saying that, you've got runner Sam Andrews. Well, Isaac, if he could learn to use that ERS, I think would be in with a shout. If, well, Isaac could improve a lot if he had ERS for the whole lap. We're on with Gooders then, seeing if he can improve. So he was the Merc that got out of Ghost's way. Ghost does get out of the way, but not in the most favourable parts of the track. As Brian is, I didn't see that, but Brian's gone fastest on a 17.7. Pole position in Tier 2 was a 17.345, by the way. I can remember exactly that because when he hit it, I thought, oh, that's my time trial time. It's absolutely identical. So, Gooders unfortunately has a spin, and that ruins this lap. So, now if he is quick, he can get in the pits, get a fresh set of boots. No, he doesn't want to. Well, his best bet here would be, if he's got the fuel, would be to do a cooldown lap. The red light's flashing. I don't think he's got the fuel to do a cooldown, so Gaza retires from the session happy that he's through, as is Brian. I think they're both right. Let's go with Andrews then. Oh, well, Gooders just ahead of him. Gooders then is down by 1,000th of a second. Oh, it didn't give me Andrews' split. I thought it was going to be a swap between them. Let's stick with Andrews because he's the more likely to be able to challenge through the top 10. I didn't notice this, but Arc Runner has gone into the top 10. He's gone into P10 on a 19.4. So Samuel now in the drop zone. Black Spartan retires out. Is that on track? I think he may have lost it on track. No, not. No, I think it's Gooders that's lost it on track. He's not retired, so I think that retirement from Black Spartan was in the pits actually. Andrews then into the chicane. It's very tidy through there into the final corner. Nice out, takes a bit of curb, heads for the line. It's a 19.5, a very nice improvement. Puts Andrews up to P11. He only just misses out on Q3 to Arc Runner by a 10th. Samuel will be next to cross the line. Samuel needs to find, well, 3 temps. Exactly 3 temps will put him in P10. It's a bit slow through the chicane. Heads for the line. He goes 118.7. That puts him into P10. and I think safe as well. Walkie is improving. He's a quarter of a second up in just the first sector. Oops, I think Gooders is dead. Long live the next Gooders. Walkie then through his final set, so that looked nice through there. Just a little bit wide on the entry of the chicane. The exits onto it looks like an improvement. It's a 19.2 from Walkie. That puts him up to P11. That's a fantastic lap from Walkie. Well done, buddy. Runner heads to the line. Can't improve on this one. So we'll stay P12. I'd say that he did just about get over the line. I don't know if he's got the fuel to go again. He did actually just about cross the line. Oh, Runner definitely won't be going again. Oh dear. Walkie doesn't have a front wing. Assuming he did have when he finished the previous lap. Oh, wow. Okay. So, I think that's the end of Q2. We got Alex and Reaper on track. Alex was improving by a few temps, showing that he can get to the low 18s quite comfortably. Alex and Reaper into the pits. I think we're effectively just going to be waiting for them to be pushed in. Although, we are waiting for Walkie and Runner to finish their laps. Neither of them have a front wing on the car. But I have to say, that was a mighty impressive lap from Walkie. Start P11. Looks like Walkie perhaps rather likes the cars compared to last year. It was highly impressive from him. So we are going to lose Walkie, Runner, Andrews, Isaac and Gooders out of Q2. But obviously no points for qualifying. Unless it's a sprint race, and then there is points for qualifying, but it's not a sprint race. It's just qualifying, full qualifying. When we do sprint races, by the way, guys, it will be a short qualifying session followed by sprint race, not a full qualifying. I don't know. Lordier was quick, Mackie, on the previous game. He did say to me earlier on that he's having some troubles with this track. So we'll see how he gets on. But 118.1, certainly a decent lap. A bit old Runner pitted, so we're just waiting for him to be pushed in. So I don't think the likes of Walkie and Runner and Andrews would be too unhappy with their positions, to be fair. I think they did well there. So there's the confirmation. Brian quickest in that session on 17.7. I still think we're going to see quicker yet. I don't think that's the end of it. So just have a quick look through those. No, that's not what I meant. The instance. There we go. So there was just one moment there where unfortunately Isaac just impeded Ghost's lap. Hopefully, as Ghost has got through and Isaac's out, then hopefully he won't bother submitting that. We don't want to put the youngsters off by having tickets in against them all the time. On the other hand, I'm not saying don't put tickets in against the youngsters, because it's one of the best ways to learn. That's the whole point of the ticketing thing in the first place. That is literally why it was created. It wasn't so you could dob other people in, it was so people could learn to understand what they're doing wrong and things like that. So just before Q3 starts, I'm just going to grab myself another coffee, boys, a second. I'll be back. Right, Tay's back. Right, lots of people on outlaps. Who's first? Is it Aston Martin or Black Spartan? A man who is seriously disappointed Art Fuggish tonight. Desperately wanted to drive, did Art Fuggish tonight. So, didn't manage to get one. He's disappointed. See, Art Fuggish, if you hadn't moved to Tier 3, you would have been driving tonight, sir. And you had to miss Tier 3's race on Wednesday because of the combine in. Mr. Farmer Man. Hope you haven't made a mistake, Mr. Fuggy Man. So, Spartan then just coming through the final corner, ready to start a lap. Across he comes. Oh! Black Spartan recovers that pretty well, actually. It was pulling the car in to the inside of the corner, but he's recovered it. Just trying to see who's next. Ghost is on an outlap, so I think Lord DA actually is the next next car on a hot lap. Just coming up to the back of that Ferrari. Ferrari should be able to get out of the way on the straight after the long right-hander. As he does, you saw him move to the right-hand side there. Nicely out of the way. You might want to just park it there, to be quite honest. Oh yeah, that's probably better. So, Lord DA coming through to the end of the lap. It's going to be him that sets a marker for the rest of the field. Mekisen Evan will get the pole. Very hard to ever bet against him, Meki, isn't it? 18.4 then for Lord DA. Gaz on 18.2, that's an improvement for him. 18.6 from Reaper, good lap. Who's this? This is Evan. 18.0, that's not going to be quick enough for pole. Briefing Cargo's pole provisional. Where's Brian? Oh, he's well down further back in the lap. Alex across the line on an 18.5 goes P5. We've lost Black Spartan. Appears to have retired in the pits, I think. Oh, Brian. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, Brian is next, actually, so let's go to Brian. Pretty sure he's got a bit too much curb on the entrance to the chicane. It might have helped him a little bit, actually. Kind of pulled him over, gave him a decent exit. And across the line he goes to a 17.9. So P2 for the moment. I think we're going to see much quicker lap times on the second run though. Ghosts coming round. Needs this Alfa Romeo to get out of the way. Why is the Alfa Romeo not getting out of the way? It's off into the pits. That's not ideal for Ghosts. See his lap time. It's a 1:18.7. And we've seen it throughout qualifying. He really hasn't had much luck, Ghosts, with traffic throughout any of the sessions, to be honest with you. But that happens sometimes. But there is... Yeah, unfortunately no Fire Evan tonight, Bertie. He wasn't able to race tonight, so he's being covered as Brian spins. It's the wall on an in-lap. I wonder if he's still got no force... No, he can't have done a 79 with no force feedback, I can't imagine. He's going to say, why did you watch me? Yeah, sorry, so... Yeah, so far Evan is a McLaren driver, Birdie, but not able to race tonight. So is it Sean? I think is stood in to fill that spot. Who we got out on track then? There's a Ferrari. That's Ghost just coming in. They're unlucky on traffic tonight. We've got Lord DL on an outlap. May as well go to him because he's the only one on track at the moment at all. There is something to be said for going out slightly earlier and to get your lap in. If you were to invalidate your lap, you can back out of it, come back into the pits and get a new set of boots to do another one on. You don't. There's plenty of time to do that, whereas by staying in the pits and then just coming out for the one more run, you could argue maybe that's better because you're kind of psyching yourself up ready for the run. Well, drivers in real life would. I don't know if our gamers do that. I can imagine Brian sat in front of his wheel, psyching himself up, ready for his lap. If I'm spinning, I'm probably being watched, says Birdie. I mean, it's not really my fault, mate. I just changed to the cars. It's not my fault to spin. So Lord DA starts his second run then. He's got 100% clear track. No cars out in front of him at all on any part of the track. So, no excuses really. Here comes the end of the first sector. And he is about a 10th down. It's a very short sector. The second sector, easily the longest. So, it's really where most of the time can be made up. Although, the high downforce final sector is probably where you can make most time up because of the nature of the turns. Whereas sector 2's a bit more high speed. So, coming up towards the end of sector 2 now. And he's 15 thousandths up. Now, it's decision time, I suppose. Oh, he's invalidated. Well, there's decision made. He can get into the pits. He's got enough time to pit, get a new set of boots and get out again. So that is what I was saying earlier on. Next car on track after him is the Aston Martin of Bossman Reaper. Whose fuel light already shows red. For 9 minutes. But don't spin. It's not my fault. I do have an eye for a spinner. Oh, Rennie, we weren't meant to be racing tonight. Oh, yeah, I forgot that, mate. Oh, I'm glad you jumped in. I get my Spidey sense tingling when someone is about to spin. I think that must be it, mate. Something tells me in my mind, go to him. Go to him. He is spinning. But one man who's not spinning at the moment is Arc Reaper. As he exits the hairpin. And through the high speed S-bend. Oh, and now he's spinning. Sorry, Reaper. I think that's the epitome of a commentator's curse. Be careful, you've got a car coming up behind you. So this is the Alpine of Arc Samuel then. Coming up towards the end of Sector 2. And as Reaper, you can see, has gotten well off track to get out of the way of these boys. Comes through Sector 2, almost 3 temps up. Which, at the moment, wouldn't gain in any places, but see if we can improve any more in the final sector to sweep him right into the chicane. Keep it tight on the entry, nicely done. Good exit into the final corner. Doesn't take any curb, it looks a little bit out of shape on the final corner, but goes 1:18.7, improves to 8th for Arc Samuel. Well done. Goes something like that. This is Reaper. Now Reaper does have enough energy, so he can actually go another lap. So that's good for him. Gaza, meanwhile, has gone fastest on a 17.7. and takes provisional pole. It's an unexpected one. Good luck, Gaza. Just over a tenth and a half up for Alex in the second sector. What can he find? It's an 18.2, puts in P5. Ghosts. Yeah, we're waiting for the others to... Well, we're going to have Briefing Cow, Brian, Tart Evan, and Lord DA all on hot laps all at the same time, doing their final hot lap. Somebody spun round there. Oh, that's Samuel. So that's an Alpine. So he just stays still to stay out of people's way. So Ghost then 2 temps up in sector 2. It's heading towards P7, but just a tiny bit more gain. We'll see him take P6. But I would argue that actually this is where he lost time because he was stuck behind the Alfa Romeo. Head to the final corner then. He comes, it's a 1:18.0 and moves into P4. Fine lap from Ghosts. Now, who is first on track? I think Lord DA is. So let's go to Lord DA. He's coming down towards the end of sector 2. He's just over half a tenth up. The graphic showed purple for sector 2. Did run out a touch wide. Hasn't invalidated. He's really attacked these final corners. That's nice through the chicane. Just seemed to hesitate slightly on the exit, but can he gain any time as he crosses the line? It's a 1:18.0 against nearly half a second and moves into P4. I believe Tart Evan is next. He's got Brian just behind him, so they're really close together on track. Not close enough to impede Brian though, so all's good there. And Tart Evan will cross the line. It's quick. It's a 17.1 as Brian goes second on a 17.5 and didn't quite see where Briefing Cow went. He must have gone second because Brian's third, so I think Briefing Cow must have gone second. We'll confirm that in just a moment. Yes, indeed. So Tart Evan takes pole with a 17.1, so beats the pole position time of tier 2 by 2 temps, pretty much, almost 2 temps. But then Briefing, so our tier 2 pole position time would have been in P2, but for tier 1 it's Briefing Cow P2, Brian P3, Gaza 4, Lord DA 5, Ghost 6, Alex 7, Reaper 8, Samuel 9, Spartan in P10. After he retired in the pits, I believe, Spartan. I'm not sure why he did that. But there we have it. Incidents, just in case, that's just a free there, not really needed. So, excellent. Well, this proves to be a treat of a race. This is going to be a good race, says Brian in the chat, and I agree. Mecky said, I said Evan, he says. Flaming told you, says Bertie. That was about the Reaper spin, I think. Flaming told you, spinners, and Illy's watching. Oh dear. So, I agree, Brian, it's going to be a good race. Like the drivers, I'm going to take a quick break, guys. It's got a long time to do. We've been going an hour there, pretty much. Almost. So, going to just take a quick break. I'll be back with you for the race starts. Other than that, take a break yourselves. Get a brew. Or a brewski, whichever you prefer. See you in a bit. Right, guys, A is back, and I think we're about to get going. Just having a look in the chat. Just make sure we're not missing anything. Who's that? Oh, I've just noticed Hoff messaged me asking if I wanted some help on comms until the end of quality. Sorry, Hoff, I've just seen it a bit late now. Feels like a long break now. Ah, there's the countdown. Right. Okay, here we go. Don't have any sound, but just do that. So off on the formation that then. Let's have a quick look at the tyres. Details up. Right, tyre. Ooh, okay. Different. Right, so Andrews and Isaac disqualified from the session. I assume that was a bit of contact. Right, so front two on mediums. Brian, interestingly, has gone for softs. That is a different strategy. Maybe anticipate an early safety car, I don't know. Gaza, Lord DA, Ghosts, and Alex and Reaper all on mediums. Then Samuel, just in P9, has gone for hards. Other than that, we have everybody else mediums, Hoff on hards, and Trucker Shawnee Boy on softs. So, all the different strategies there. Softs is a surprise to see, especially from Brian. Now, it is a long straight down the start-finish. I would suggest that Brian starting on softs, it's going to be important for him to challenge for that lead into turn one. Oh, as we have a spinner, Evan spun it round. It's happened again. But at least he spun it round on the formation lap, not on the first lap. That's the most important thing there for Evan. So, well, seeing the tyres, I'm just going to swap it to position changes. It just helps me at the start. Notice if something appears to go wrong. Oh, quick one. How many people are going to be disqualified for overshoot in the grid slot? I'm going to go 4. I'm going to be wrong, I think. Lord DA has won. Anyone else? Oh, Gooders. I'm going to need 2 more out of the last 3. 3, 4, yes! Oh no, I think I missed Walkie and Renner actually. I think I might have underguessed. But, oh, it's giving me a horrendous angle. Let's go to Brian then. Starting on the sauce. Flies off the line compared to Evan. Briefing Cow gets a good start. Oh, goodness. Cody's. We have a good angle, please. See, spot any. DA's picked up a 5-second for a severe collision, I believe. Just looking, it's a bit difficult to see. We've got full yellows all over the place. Andrews has had a tough start. He's lost his front wing. I believe it is just a virtual safety car, not a full one. I can't see a safety car coming out the pits. Cody's did not help me with their camera angle on the start there, I'm not going to lie. So, Evan really bogged down there. He's dropped 3 places to P4. Briefing Cow is taking the lead. Brian in P2 will be, as we go again. Evan has a look at Gaza straight away as the safety car, virtual safety car ends. And oh, Gaza I think just got out of shape out of off the curb, and it's allowed Evan through. So let it go then. See, Andrews will be making his way round to the pits. It won't be all hope going for Andrews because there is. Rico's lost a couple of places there. Drops to 14th. A couple of down from where he started. Biggest gainer at the start, 4 places. Is Trucker Shawnee Boy. Maybe no surprise, also started on the softs. He's currently on the back of Alex. There's 2 of our Youth League runners driving with each other. Just remember, it's not Youth League rules, so. Bit careful, Sean. You're on the softs, remember. Likely to break slightly later than Isaac. Giving us a good little battle here in the early stages. Always difficult in these stages before DRS activates to really get a move done. Never easy. What we don't want to... Oh, Isaac runs wide. Comes across, defends it from Sean. Sean now has the inside of the corner. Side by side, fighting. Tiny bit of contact there. In the end, Isaac defends it. Does Sean manage to get the exit? Fired. Looks like it's lagging slightly. Looks like Runner's got the exit. Absolutely nailed the exit, in fact. And takes P13 off of Sean. Oh, and I think there's a tiny bit of contact there, and it's just pushed Runner onto the grass. So he recovers it well though, and picks it up, just rejoins in P15. Just going to look about a bit now, see if what sort of battles are going on. Briefing Cow's just pulled out over a second to Brian in this early stage. Obviously important for Brian. It won't take long for his soft tyres to go off, so he needs to be within that 1 second. He's going to come under attack from Evan, and it wouldn't surprise me, you know, after 3 laps if the softs aren't really any quicker than the mediums anymore. It really doesn't take long for the softs to go around here. I think we're going to find out in most tracks this season, if I'm honest. We're at Spa next week. It's Spa week for ARC next week, and I'm expecting much the same. I think the softs are going to be pretty much useless around there. I just haven't raced there yet in real life. So, little battle going on between Spartan and Sam. Looks like Sam takes the inside, and his P8. Can he hold it off? Looks like he can. He's done well. He's being followed by both Aston Martins now, Spartan and Reaper. So Reaper has recovered from that little moment earlier on. Saw him lose a couple of places, but just watch this battle. It's our only one where we've got sort of 3 in a row like this at the moment. There's a couple of others which are close, but not as close as this is. But I think if Samuel can't extend that gap through sets of 3, he's going to be in trouble on the straights with DRS. He did extend it, but he's just lost a bit again. And now it does look though like maybe Black Spartan's running the higher downforce. He does seem to gain on Sam through the corners. Oh, but he spun it out of the final corner. Oh, Spartan, unlucky, man. I think that may have been a loss of downforce. Oh, and that's not good, and that is going to be investigated. I'm afraid that is a disaster. that has taken Gooders out of this race. Black Spartan remains in, but I would imagine he's got severe damage. And that will be a full safety car, I'm afraid. Spartan, that I've completely caught that on stream. I've then caught you retiring on track. Although, with safety car out, that might have been better, because I would imagine, as I said, that you had severe damage there from that impact. So into the pits comes Andrews. Did he pit early on for a new wing, or is this going to be the new wing? No, just fresh set tyres. So on to look like mediums. So it's going to be interesting to see who pits here. So in comes Briefing Cow. I'd imagine we're going to see the front runners all switch to hards. They've got to cover off the fact that we may not have another safety car. So I'm going to go. Oh, that looked like softs actually. I'll go to the tyres. No, it was hards on Briefing Cow's car. It looked like softs from the top angle. It was just the red on the car was putting me off. As you can see, pit stop after pit stop, but there are some that have decided that they're going to stay out. This is too early, maybe, and I think that's a good call. Gaza takes the lead of the race and will restart us under safety car. Samuel has stayed up and stayed out and has gained 6 places by doing that. Same with Reaper. I do think that that's a wise move from Gaza, Samuel, Reaper and Walkie. Sharon and Walkie up 7 places. It started having a fantastic evening so far. Just hope that hasn't put the commentator's curse on him. A couple of drivers opting for softs. Isaac's gone to softs. Sean's gone to a new set of softs. A couple of the younger ones. Maybe still learning. These two we will learn, and the fact they've already got the pace they've got at the young age they are, it's brilliant, and could well be some really good drivers to watch in the future. Already doing well now. Oh, thanks Ghost Rider, that was very kind of you. Mackie giving it the go Alpine. We're up to P2 and P12, so we're going alright at the moment, Mackie. Thank you very much, Ghost Rider. Why'd you subscribe twice? Oh well, doesn't matter. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Sending a quick message, guys. My apologies. Bear with me. So safety car in this lap. Confirmation comes up. So let's just move to the front runners. I think probably going to go with, let's go on board with Briefing Cow. She's the first one on fresh tyres. Brian's gone to mediums now. Mediums can be pushed out a long way around here, but for me, 6 laps may be a bit much. Maybe thinking, oh, we've lost Lord DA down at the back, out of the final corner. I'm not sure what's happened, but he's out. So not the start to the season that Lord DA would have wanted. More black sparks on our gutters. And there's a McLaren, that's Chuckashawny boy is round at turn 1. So Briefing Cow having a look at the inside of Walkie. Walkie leaves plenty of room. That's a fine move. That's how to race, guys. Walkie was well aware he was there. Left plenty of room for him. Walkie obviously knows that he's on the weaker tyre at the moment. So Brian gets ahead as well. Going into P5. He's just moved to Reaper. Right on the back of Sam. Gaza is just pulling a bit of a lead at the moment. His medium tyres, of course, will be stronger than Sam's hards. It's going to be improving by Reaper being all over the back of him as Isaac picks up a penalty. To P8 at the moment, Isaac. But no soft tyres. Which effectively means they're doing a 1-stop from here. If you're on soft tyres, you should be able to do a 1-stop, soft medium from here. Reaper moves to the inside and lets Briefing Cow and Brian through. I'm not entirely sure why he's done that. He technically at this point of the race is fighting with them, as Brian and Briefing Cow do indeed fight. Through turn 1, turn 2, in the end Brian just comes in behind Briefing Cow, settles in for the moment. But obviously Brian, a bit like the first stint really, would have wanted to get past Briefing Cow as quickly as he could because he was on the softs. Wasn't able to. This time he's on the mediums to Briefing Cow's hards. He knows if there's no more safety cars, Briefing Cow is going to push those tyres out to the end. So, whereas I'm not saying pushing the mediums out is impossible, but it's very difficult, if I'm honest. Did a lot of practice on the mediums. After 20 laps, they're going to be at about 50%. And after 60% they start to go a little bit, I'm going to be honest. They still feel pretty good at 50%, but after 60 they do start to disappear on you. Whereas the hards, of course, just pretty much get better. The more laps you do, they just seem to feel better and better and better. So Briefing Cow then is attacking Samuel down the straight. Much Samuel can do about it, and probably not much he really should. I think sometimes you just got to settle in and think, well, do you know what, he's on fresh tyres, I'm not. Let's call that one. Which may be the reason Reaper decided to let the two through rather than get involved in the battle. Just leech off the back of their DRS if we can stay within the second. We've got a yellow flag. Oh, we've lost runner. I don't think we're going to see it. It's added a yes here in the lap, and that is another full safety car. Ideal for people who switched to softs last time round. They can get in, get on a set of mediums or hards to the end. No point in staying on the softs. They're halfway through their tyre life anyway. Gaza takes the opportunity to pit. He will go to hards. As you see, he's going to the end. No intention of pitting again. So Reaper, it's surprising Reaper opted to stay out there. Surely should have been a pit stop. He's Safety car laps may help Brian a bit though. Keeps the wear down on them. On the mediums, it may aid him for taking those to the end. So it's not out of the realms of possibility that he could. So the extra safety car laps would just give him a little bit of help in doing so. Just go back to the stream a second. Let's see if you guys have got anything further. So then, what about position changes then? I've been on the tyres for quite a long time. Let's go to the position changes. Let's see who the biggest gainer is. We've got a couple of sixes there. Yeah, so there's a few, well, 4, is it 4 on joint on 6? Samuel up 6, Walkie up 6, Andrews up 6, Bertie up 6. So we've got 4 of them jointly up 6 places as the biggest gainers. Our biggest loser still on track at the moment is Tart Evan, although he gains a couple of places. Oh no, he's pitted, so he's going to go even further back. So for whatever reason, I don't know what knocked him that far back, unless he must have spun. Or something, I really don't know. Something knocked him back. I completely missed that, I'm afraid. My apologies. That makes Bertie now our biggest gainer, because he's now up 8 places. Go on, Bertie. So, not something Tart Evan is used to being, but he is currently at the back. I have no doubt whatsoever that he can recover through. Although he has put the hards back on, obviously that's taken to the end. 5 laps gone already. 5 laps worn already. So, no issues going to the end, of course. Hard to do a whole race if you asked them to quite comfortably. So, on my test, 20 laps on the hards did 31% wear. So, even if, well, assuming we get going this lap, we're going to have 21 laps remaining, so they will go to the end with ease. Those hards, no problems there. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. A bit of a frog in my throat there. Right then, so we prepare to get going once more. Briefing Cow leads from Brian. They've both pitted. Samuel and Reaper P3, P4, Walkie P5. And none of those 3 have pitted yet. Have they missed their opportunity? It was a good time to pit. You could have put mediums onto the end if you started on hards. You could have gone to hards if you started on mediums. It would have been a good time to do it, but we've opted for track position instead, which is understandable. Gazza did pit, came out in P7 as the green light flashes, and Isaac and Ghost side by side. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of contact there, I'm afraid, and it's thrown Ghost into the barrier. Oh, and that's an Alpine, that's Samuel. So Samuel and Ghost on the restart, unfortunately picking up damage. We have yellows. Is it going to cause a virtual? Doesn't look like it is. It can do sometimes. As, oh no, Birdie and Ghost both out. We've just lost both Ferraris. They've hit each other. I believe Bertie, I can't be sure about this, guys, because I didn't actually see it, but I think Bertie had spun and Ghost has gone into him, taking both Ferraris out of the race. That is going to cause another full safety car, so surely this time we know Samuel will pit. He's got damage, he has to pit. It's perfect timing to go to the mediums though, so it's ideal for Samuel That's happened in a way. Obviously not ideal to knock him down from where he was, but you know what I mean. Reaper pits, Brian pits this time. So Brian, what's Brian going to go to? I can only presume he's going to go to hards. Yeah, I think that is hards on Brian's car. It is indeed. So does Reaper. Isaac is in. He's going to switch to mediums. So Isaac puts on 5-lap old mediums. Not completely ideal. He needed a new wing in a way after the contact with Ghost. So not perfectly ideal for Isaac. 5-lap old mediums, but it's not a disaster either. So interesting to see how he fares on those. Started off well, did this race, just gone a bit astray at the moment. Didn't see what actually happened to Samuel to spin him. Ghost, I saw there was a bit of contact with Isaac that's ended up with him into the wall nose first, but that didn't put him out. He then carried on, and as I say, I believe that Bertie had spun and then Ghost drove into him. Let me just see if there's anything written in the chat. So, yeah, how many cars were finished the race? Am I right on that, Bertie? Had you spun and Ghost gone into you on that one? I know you probably don't really fancy chatting too much, but so then, right, it's all changed again then. So Briefing Cow leads on hard tyres. Alex P2 now on hard tyres. Gaza P3 on hard tyres. Evan somehow, after being last on the last safety car, and he's now P4. I don't know how that's happened, but he is. Hoff is up to P5 in the Alpine. Brian had to pit again there, really, and can't blame him for that, and that just means he's dropped to 6th. Depending on where he ends up, of course, but it doesn't improve too much from there. Then he might look back a bit disappointed on the decision to start on softs in the end, but you never know how it's going to go. It could have worked out perfectly. That's part of it. Andrews then P7 on hards, Reaper P8 on hards, Isaac P9 on mediums, Samuel 10th on mediums, Wookie hard tyres P11. All drivers going to the end. Lots of drivers still in with a chance for the free bonus points, remember, for clean racing. So if you remain penalty free throughout the whole weekend, so the qualifying and the race, if you remain completely penalty free, you pick up free bonus points this season. So lots of drivers, the majority of the drivers, 8 of them, still on for that by the looks of it. Really saying, okay, oh well, Fortnite, here I come, good racing lads. Feels too great at the moment. It's all part of the season, these things happen, everybody has a bit of bad luck throughout the season. Just unfortunate that Ferraris this happened in the first race. It's a long season, 15 races, so plenty of time to sort that out. So here we go, safety car is in. Briefing Cow goes. Looks like he caught Alex napping a little bit there. There's a battle going on here though. Evan is all over the back of Gaza and Hoff is just waiting to pounce. Worries me slightly when they go like this. Oh no, Hoff sort of backed out a little bit, I think. And normal service resumed, although Evan did make it past Gaza into P3. Hoff's run wide in turn 3 and Brian makes his way through. Hoff and Isaac, technically I think on the most worn tyres, 7-lap old mediums. We've got 10-lap old hards and 9-lap old hards, but I would suggest them the 7-lap old mediums probably a little bit more warning than those. Samuel makes his way past Isaac and up into P8. Amazingly, just after a safety car restart, we've actually lost... Well, they've spaced out a bit already, the drivers, so it's a little bit hard at the moment to find a battle. Walkie picks up 3 seconds. Oh, Walkie, unlucky. Oh, that's an Aston Martin round. It's Reaper. Final turn. Oh, careful, Reaper. There he goes. Ooh, be a little... Oh! He tried to just go into the pits to get rid of those tyres. Grass spun him. So into the pits he comes. He put on a fresh set of tyres. He won't give up, Reaper. There's no chance he'll give up. P11's the worst he can do. Leave penalty free still. And still have, well, just, oh yeah, basically half a race to go. So, needs to be another safety car yet that allows him to get up onto the back again. So this is Evan then, who is on the back of Alex. Cody's doing their fantastic camera work again. That's better, thank you. So, DRS still not available. So, it'll be the following lap after this, where Evan will have the best chance he can to get past Alex. If he can't do it before, we have a set to... Oh, it's Reaper. A lot of frustration inside that car at the moment. What's the grass on? I don't know. I'm wondering if he's got rear wing damage, because it's looking almost impossible to drive. It just stays off track to allow... Yeah. That's alright, we saw the 10-second penalty, Reaper, that can be removed. You don't get a penalty for that, just stay off track to allow others through. Isaac comes into the pits, puts softs on. Middle. So just get that car through to the end now, Isaac. Pick up your team's points. Important for Red Bull. So, just wondering, Reaper, if there is... I mean, look, the car is it's like skating on ice. It's like Bambi on ice. I think he's got rear wing damage. We wouldn't be able to see it, even if there was anything. Actually, the game's not that advanced. But if it's as bad as it looks, Reaper, I think you're perfectly entitled to retire in the pits. If that's what you want to do. If you want to continue on to pick up your points, though, you're also entitled to do that. So back to the battles in a way. So we got Evan has gotten past Alex then, but Alex still on the back of Evan, and their battle has enabled Brian to catch up to the back of them as well. We've gotten past Gaza. Well, at this rate he's going to get disqualified for corner cutting. He does finally retire. He drives into the pits and retires. I am absolutely sure watching that car, it was like watching English on Thursday night. Apologies English, but it was like watching you with the rear wing damage on red. Just completely uncontrollable. There's Isaac pits as well. Oh, he needs a new wing. He must have had a moment on his outlap. Goes back to hards. Better tire to be on. I think he's going to get out just ahead of the leaders, so it won't be being lapped yet. But getting dangerously close to that. Nothing happens if he just needs to mind out the way. Absolutely no ghosting on Isaac, so you will need to go to the side of the track. That's it, good lad. He knows. Teaching me grandmother to suck eggs here, aren't I? Anyway, have we got... Oh, Brian's had to pit. So what's that he's put on? He's put on 8-lap old mediums now. I can only assume that Brian's had some contact with Alex. I can't be sure of that. I can't see any other reason he would have pitted. There's no safety car, so... I can only assume he's had some contact. Caused himself a bit of damage. So Alex quite happily running around in P3 at the moment. Happy with his evening's work so far. Evan trying to do something about the lead to Briefing Cow, but Briefing Cow, let me tell you, is a very quick driver and extremely hard. When he's got a gap like this to lead the race, it's going to be incredibly hard for Evan to chase this down, even with 13 laps remaining. So, what's this? Oh, this is just Isaac minding out the way again. This time with Gaza. Well done, Isaac. Doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing, like, because you're minding out the way, letting people through, but at the same time, you're still on track. You're getting that car home. P10 in Arc is still worth a lot of points. So, all places score points in Arc as Brian is around on the final corner. He's going to hate me. Looks like he's pitting again. I hope that's for soft tyres, Brian. Arc on with Brian. See what he puts on. I think I'm going to see a set of softs maybe. Yeah. So soft tyres go on Brian. I think that's probably a fault of taking the fastest lap, maybe. Just looks like... I don't know what happened to Brian for the damage, whether it was an incident himself or whether there was any contact maybe with Alex. It's most likely because they were the closest, the one he was closest with. Fortunately, it's just spaced everything out. I'm going to go to Walkie and Andrews. These guys are fighting. So... Oh, it was critical floor damage, was it, Reaper? It looked like you were driving on ice, mate, to be quite honest. It was the same... English on Thursday had red rear wing damage, which he showed me in a screenshot, and it... you could, I mean, it literally was like Bambi on ice. There was no way. He tried for 2 laps to continue on, and he was literally spinning every corner. It was just not going to happen. So, if it's like that, and with so long left and there's still half the race left to go, you can't really continue. It's a shame for you, obviously, because there's good points on the board if you could have just got the car around, but not possible when it's like that. So, what's Walkie up to here? Has he caught the back of... So he's gotten away from Andrews, he's caught the back of Hoff, and Walkie's having some race here, let me tell you. I think Walkie might be on for a sneaky driver of the day, you know. As soon as I put... Yeah. Yeah, fair enough, man. I think it's something we've got to look out for. Last season, we know you could get the car round, but I think this season we've got to be aware of it. I think we maybe as admin we need to think about that a little bit. If people have that sort of damage, and maybe we need to say, right, take a screenshot of the damage or something like that, so you can show that you weren't just retiring for the sake of it, sort of thing. We'll have a think about that anyway. Let's not worry about it now while we're in a race. So Walkie then goes to the inside of Hoff. A little bit late arriving, but had a go. Hoff defending well at the moment. Oh, he's just run a bit wide though, coming out of turn 3. That's going to give Walkie the inside of turn 4, and I think that move is completed. So into P6 goes Walkie. He is on a charge for driver of the day. He really is. There's a couple of possibilities, if I'm honest, for driver of the day so far, and I think Walkie and Sam, I think, are 2 real possibilities for it today. So we'll see. Obviously, that decision won't be finalised till the end of the race. Andrew's having a very good race as well. He's now on the back of Hoff. So let's stick with... It's nice to be able to watch these guys battling. When it's all close up front, you normally end up stuck on the leaders a lot as a comms guy. But yeah, really nice to... see him battling. Just looking, Brian is 32 seconds back from we get these guys. I'm just thinking, I know this is a big ask, but you know how quick Brian is when he gets his pedal to the metal, shall we say. Oh, nice fresh soft tyres going to the end. I just wonder if he could sneak that gap down a little bit. Oh, and obviously 30 seconds is an incredible amount to make up in 10 laps. It's 3 seconds a lap. But I'll tell you what, if anybody can, he can. It'll be interesting to see. We've just got a little bit of a line of cars starting to appear here. As Wilkie catches the back of Samuel now. I don't know what it is about this race. It just feels like a bit of an anticlimax. I'm not entirely sure why. It's been perfectly good race. It's just, I don't know. I'm starting to think, actually, Reaper, we should always make the first race of the season Bahrain. Something good about Bahrain. Apart from the usual carnage at turn 1 around there. It's usually a really good race, and I just... Maybe we should all... It's probably one of the easiest tracks of the season as well. Which may make it a bit easier. Mind you, this year Spain isn't exactly hard anymore, is it? It's a lot easier this year than it was on 21. In practice earlier, I was going over the curb at turn 2 with full throttle on. Not losing it. Well, not losing it until I did, because I did eventually, but... This is Andrews on the back of Hoff. Hoff on 16 lap old mediums, so that's where this is. These mediums are perfectly fine. They're still going. They're probably on, I would guess they're probably somewhere around 38 to 40% wear. So they are still pretty good. But of course, with every lap that ticks away, these hards get faster than those mediums. So, we've got a sector 3 yellow, I think that was saying. I can't see a yellow in sector 3, but that's what it was saying. Oh, Hoff is into the pits. Okay, so Hoff pits. He decides that those mediums have had it. I think he's going to go to a set of softs to finish the race. Well, that's going to light Brian's eyes up. The fact he's got a car ahead of him pitting, that will light his eyes up completely. They're going to be really close on pit exit. As in fact, oh no, Hoff seems to have been held in the pits for some reason, so Brian actually gets past really easy in the end. So maybe Hoff had some damage to repair. But in the end then, Brian moves up to P8. That'll be a welcome position gain for Brian. Maybe one he wasn't expecting to happen. The honest truth is, so far, from what I have seen, I think Tart Evan is probably the fastest driver on the track. He has actually caught up. Let's go to the leaders, because he has caught up to Briefing Cow, remarkably. But from what I've seen, I think Tart Evan probably has the edge in speed. It's not a huge edge, but he does seem to have the edge in speed. Oh, hang on. Somebody is round. Samuel has been round at the final corner. So is Walkie. Oh, Walkie, he's lost his front wing. Is that my... Oh, that's a full safety car as well. That is a full safety car. music to Brian's ears. That is a full safety car. In he comes. On will go another set of fresh softs. Could have actually gone the next lap before putting them on, but you won't care. Just get them on, slap them on, and go again. Now, just wondering where... Trying to work out who that is ahead of Isaac there. If I go to briefing... Okay, the leaders are in the pits, so unfortunately Isaac's not going to be able to unlap himself here. He's still going to be stuck behind a lap down. But, I must admit, I'm thinking already that maybe we need to switch from what I've seen in other races, not just this one or tonight's, but what I've seen in others. I do wonder if we need to switch the safety car down to reduced, just because at the moment it brings safety car just out for debris, which we don't really want. We would want it in the realistic tier because of the simulation damage. Means you could pick up puncture from the debris, and you don't want that obviously. So we want it happening in realistic, but on the equal ones, as there's no puncture risk, I would suggest moving it down to reduced. More pit stops are happening. Alex amazingly has opted for track position on 22 lap old hards. Well, it could be clever, you know, because the field is really spaced out. This safety car may not come in until lap 30, which means there will be no DRS. There will be DRS on lap 33, but you won't get it down the main straight. It's going to be a hell of a defence, but he could potentially do it. Walkie. He's got his new front wing now. He's got Brian Rudd on the back of him. He's got Hoff not that far behind as well. So maybe we'll opt for track position. I was just wondering if he might just come in and stick a set of softs on again. But, fortunately for Andrews and Reaper, they will need to watch this back because I think some penalties have been served in the pits. Just looking at the penalties at the moment, we've got Walkie and Hoff on 3 seconds, Isaac's on 12. Isaac lap down, so it's not going to affect him. I'm sure others have had penalties which they've served in the pits, so we'll need watching back, I'm afraid. As I will need to do a tier 2 because I'm sure it was the same. Although I can't because Brian lost the... Unless he got it back, I don't know. I think he lost the stream, didn't he? Unless he got it back. So where's Hoff? He's there. Might catch round to the back of the pack. Before the end of this lap. I tell you what, Alex doesn't want him to. Alex would really quite happily do another lap under safety car. In fact, in his head, I'd imagine Alex is probably urging Hoff not to catch up to the back of his safety car in time. It's getting close to the point where it won't come in. It's close. Let's have a look. Safety car in this lap. That's unfortunate for Alex. That means there will be DRS. There will be 1 lap of half DRS. There will be 1 lap of full DRS throughout the whole circuit. So it's just 1 more lap and Alex could have made an absolute masterstroke, but I think, if I'm honest, I think he's going to get swamped here. Tar Evan, surely. Briefing Cow, surely. Gaza, sure. Well, they are. I wish him the best of luck. I hope it works out for him, but the truth is, I think he's likely to get swamped. Here's the restart. Look at the extra grip the soft tires have. Oh, but that's bad. I'm afraid. It's an easy overtake. He's ended up forcing him round. That's Isaac as well, who's ended up round. But just keep going, Isaac. Take those points. Andrews looks like he's just sort of said, yeah, you guys carry on. I'm quite happy with what I got on. I don't want to get involved in turn 1. So I think... I'm not casting any blame there. I don't know whose fault that really was. If it was anybody's or just a racing incident, I'm not really sure. But if Alex feels there was something wrong there, then obviously you need to put in a ticket. Anyway, let's go to, at the moment, Samuel, who's the closest to the car in front, or he was. It's now Walkie. Samuel comes out the final corner. He's just dropped back a little bit, so let's go down to Walkie, who seems to be putting Hoff under pressure despite Hoff's fresh soft tyres. Goes side by side into turn 1. Hoff experienced enough to leave plenty of room, and Walkie goes through. Both on 3-second penalties. I'm just wondering if Hoff's got a bit of damage, because I can't see anything on the front wing, but I do wonder if he's got a bit of damage, because his tyre's been 5 laps old to Walkie's 16-lap old medium. Surely should have better than that. Alex then ended up having to pit, so did Isaac, but they're doing the right thing, just taking it on chin, taking the pit stops and getting going again. Take the points, as I said. Alex says, well, I think Alex has stayed penalty free throughout, so I do believe he's on for the clean racing bonus as well. But I think it's going to have a big impact on the season. Potentially 45 points up for grabs throughout the season, both staying clean throughout races and qualifying. As Evan sets the fastest lap of the race, as you'd kind of expect. This is Brian trying to chase down Gaza. A matter of 5 laps ago, Brian would have never thought he was going to end up in this position again. So, in the end, whether he gets Gaza or not, I think Brian will be quietly pleased with the result if it stays like this. He'd love the podium, of course he would, but with where he was sort of 5 laps ago, I think he'd snap your hand off. If you'd have asked him at the time, he would have snapped your hand off for a P4. So 25 points for P4. Don't know if he stayed penalty free throughout the race, but if he has, it'd be 28 points. So that orange car ahead, he has a target on, and is, I presume, looking to attack on the straight. Is worth 3 points to him. Both of these drivers would love to start the season with a podium. Let's go on board with Brian then. So Gaz has gotten away a little bit out of the final corners, but look at the overspeed now with DRS. Flies up the inside. Is there anything Gaza can do? It looks like the move's done before they reach the braking zone. So Gaza, I think, sensibly not going to throw away 25 points for the sake of those 3 by doing a silly attempt to retake the place. And that's clever racing. It's good racing from Brian to get that move done. So wait, be patient, wait for the straight. It's clever racing from Gaza. He knows that the 25 points on the board for 4th are much more important than the extra 3 he could have got for defending too hard. And there's a lot he could do in a way. The overspeed Brian had with the DRS was unreal. Brian's actually flying onto the back of Brief and Cow here. He's almost within a second, but we're going to run out of time. Another lap, he may actually get close enough to have a look at him, but we're not going to have that. So, anyway, Tard 7 originally looks like he is going to be the winner. of the opening race of the season at Spain. It's a good recovery drive from Evan. He was down at last at one point on one of the safety cars. Briefing cow P2. Brian then takes the final podium spot. P3, Gaza 4. Samuel will cross the line in a very fine 5th place for Alpine. Walkie in P6. A fantastic drive from him today. Brilliant qualifying followed by a fantastic drive from Walkie. Really, really impressed. Hoff as well, P7. So really good for him. And Andrews P8. Alex coming round, I'm sure, to finish in a disappointing 9th place from leading the final safety car. But at the same time, I think the incident may need a little looking at. But he'll also need to submit that. But and Isaac just coming round a few final corners. And Isaac's patience just to stay on track, get the car to the end, picks up a 10th place, which, as I say, is still worth a fine amount of points in ARC. So we'll work it out. So 22 for 5th. I can't remember, it's either 14 or 12. I think it's 12 points for 10th, so still a good amount of points for Red Bull. So well done, Isaac, on that one. 2 top 10 finishes tonight now, lad. So well done. To see Sar7 celebrate on the podium. So I think there may be a few investigations into this race. There's been a few incidents, it definitely has, but yeah, I think there's some things that's going to need to be looked into by the stewards if they're submitted. Let's go, says Brian. Yeah, I think, again, I said on commentary, Brian, 5 laps ago, before you took the third off of Gaza, I said sort of 5 laps ago, he would have bit someone's hand off for a P4. He's now got a chance for a P3. So well done on picking that one up. Brilliant driving, great last race, lads, says Gaza. Top 3, big well done. And yourself, mate. Really enjoyed that. It was a decent race throughout most of the time, to be fair. It was a decent race. There was some incidents throughout that I think we'll need looking at. But on the whole, first race together, all these drivers on track. It's the first race with everybody on track together. Most of the drivers didn't do pre-season, so all in all, I think it's a reasonable start to the season. Yeah, there we go. So, regards driver of the day, I cannot find it in my heart not to give it to Walkie, because I think he's had a fantastic evening. He's qualified P11 when pretty much all of last season he was at the back of the grid. He's managed P11 on qualifying. He's finished P6, picking up 5 places. If not for an incident that he ended up being involved in, he was actually much further up than that. He could have ended up much further up than that. So I think Walkie deserves it. With a special mention to Hoff as well, who also had a fantastic race. So well done to the two of you as well, as the top 3, obviously. Other than that, guys, that's the end of our Saturday night viewing. Thank you very much to everybody that's tuned in. We will be back for actual live viewing. No kids races this week. They've finished their season, so no kids races tomorrow. We'll be back on Wednesday for Tier 3 at Spa. So we go into Spa week next week. So look forward to that. Definitely got to get some practice in there. I've barely touched that one this season so far. Yeah, so look forward to that one. Tier 3 will get us started on Wednesday at 8 p.m. 7:30 p.m. My apologies, 7:30 p.m. Then we've got the realistic tier on Thursday at 8 p.m. Please tune in for that. That proves to be a fantastic season once again. And then, of course, Tier 2 at 5:45 next Saturday with Tier 1 at 8 p.m. So please tune in for all those, guys. Regards Tuesday, it is possible that the Arcademy race might be streamed. We never know until the day. It depends on the amount of signed up and if anybody's actually free to do comms. So, there we go. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much for everybody that's tuned in. Thanks everybody that watches it back. Thank you to Ghost Rider, who got a couple of subscriptions, so thank you ever so much. All of that really helps, guys, so we do appreciate it. And thank you ever so much, and good evening. Have a nice rest of your Saturday night. Go and have a brewski or two. Cheers, guys. Good night.